What's going on, my Embrace Like Bully peeps? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been forever. It's been forever. It's been just freaking forever, has it not? I go into this whole thing of where I really want to start doing the videos, doing the podcast, and then I make these excuses that life happens and that I don't have much to say and don't have anything from there. But I want to talk about that today because I think there's more than just me out there in the world that has this thought and has this breakdown of conditioning that happens to us. So I just want to tell you a little bit of story about how I'm working through it. Okay, because it has been years. Let me tell you, a year. I mean, like, come on, I've had this podcast since like 2020, and like maybe 50 something episodes. Not only that, but also in the YouTube channel. So I wanted to just break down a little bit because I'm sure as I know myself that there's many of you out there as well that is ready to do something, excited to do something, sees everybody else doing something and thinks I can put my spin to that. I can put my personality to that. I can put my character to that. What I have, the lessons I've learned in life are important, and other people, it might help them too. And that's the whole reason why I became a transformation and spiritual development coach. Because I know that there's people out there just like me who have these things that they just want to figure it out. They want to figure out why they are the way they are. They want to figure out what is happening and how to transform out of a habit or how to develop a connection with their higher self. And that is the whole reason why I started this. And to tell you the truth, if you go back to episodes, you're going to see how I mainly was just all about how all of this was for me in the first place. All of it, right? And it was for me to grow. It was for me to get out of my comfortability, to get into the uncomfortable, make the uncomfortable comfortable so that I can find something else that I'm uncomfortable about. So that way I can make that comfortable too, right? I mean, there's so many things out there. And so I wanted to just share this with you today and I wanted to bring it about. And I would love to hear what you think about this. So please comment, DM me, however you want to reach out, or maybe just like it and be like, yeah, I hear you. And if you're like really into it, just be like, OMG, like I want to email this person, right? So listen, this is the thing. I've recently, well, recently means within the past year. That's so when you hear me say recently, it's usually most likely within the past year. So within the past year, I've really dived into Akashic Records. Now, Akashic Records, if you don't know, and I'm not going to go into a drawn out thing about it, that's another time for another episode, which I'll do if you want me to. And if I want to, right? So that's the other thing. The thing about the Akashic records is that it's a place for me in my meditative journey state where I can locate things about myself, see things that I really didn't understand on that human level, and kind of take it a little bit above that and go into the record of me, record of my soul, the records of where I've been in my past lives, where I've been in my multidimensional lives, where I've just been, right? And certain things, certain memories that I may not remember all the way, but can go into my viewing window in the Akashic records and see what is the missing puzzle piece that I need to get through something. And so today I did that. And I went through my Akashic records in my viewing window and really I really wanted to ask where's the missing puzzle piece of me creating videos and creating podcasts and that stopping of myself that I do when I don't think I'm good enough or when I don't think I have anything good to say or when I don't think that this is worth anybody's time, especially mine. Because let's be honest right here, right? um I'm not popular out there, right? I'm for the few and the many. And what I mean by that is like I'm not trying to get like a million followers and I'm not trying to get this to like skyrocket my career, because my success is what I believe it is. And what I believe it is doing the things. Success for me is doing the things that are holding me back and having me walk the path in them for a bit. That is success for me. And the people that follow, the clients I get from it, that's just a fucking bonus, okay? Um, because what I'm here to do is to help, right? I'm here to guide. I'm here. I know that my soul is here to help humanity find a way back to remembering who they truly are in their sense of soul and their sense of higher self and the spiritual realm. And I often say that I am 6 years sober of my human experience and 6 years into my spiritual journey. And that understanding has skyrocketed me into so many avenues. But yet I still get like, holy crap, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I'm scared to do that. Right. I have that fear. So I wanted to like go into my Akashic record viewing window and just see what is that puzzle piece that is missing for me to like just take the leap, jump off the cliff to just do this. Because in all honesty, I don't mind being in front of a camera. I was in the military for 24 years and I was a trainer. I was an instructor. I was somebody who taught people a lot of things. And so when you're in a vast crowd of people from different types of culture, different types of personalities, you have to learn to like connect to each one, right? And so I'm not afraid of being in front of people. I mean, I've done many speeches, many instructions, blah, blah, blah. So that's not the part that scares me or that I have fear of. The part that it was is that I wanted to check on the puzzle pieces. What is that word I can't? Right? Where did that start from? Where did it originate from? Why does it stop me? Why is that the first word my thought, my brain, my human ego tells me that that is something I can't do? And I'm not one of those people who like get mad and be like, don't tell me I can't because I can, right? I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those people that's like, I just can't. And I will sit in that for a bit and let it milder and mold and get all that craziness until it gets super thick where I'm like, ugh, I can't get out to where I finally just do it, right? And that is today. So here we are. Welcome to my journey. Um, but yeah, so the I can't. So I went to the Akashic record and listen again. If you want to learn how to do that, check out my website. Let's hook up a session and let's see where you can go with it because it's freaking amazing. So when I went into my Akashic viewing window, I wanted to really just see where the I can't come from. And there was a lot of images that popped up. And I knew I wasn't really connecting to those images, such as the images of times where I didn't do something where I knew I should have or could have, right? Those words should and could that really just hamper us so deeply. And then all of a sudden, without even thinking about it, I was brought back to a time I was very young. And I'm standing in the back of my little small town in Bonne Terre, Missouri, the country people. Um, and I'm looking at my grandfather's shed. And there was a strong understanding that I really wanted to go in there. I wanted to go in there and tinker around. Plus, I felt that there was some sort of energy in there that I just really wanted to talk to. Because this is the thing. Ever since I was young, I knew that I was limitless. There was like some sort of knowing that I was being stopped of doing the things that I knew I could do. And so when I'm sitting here and I'm staring at this memory in my Akashic viewing window, and I'm looking at this shed, and I was always told I couldn't go in there. You can't go in there. You can't go in there. It's too dangerous. It's not for kids. It's grandpa's things, or just things like that. But I always wanted to go in there. And sometimes, again, like I said, it was to like tinker around with all the tools he had in there, and two, to see what was truly in there because I felt like there was some sort of energy, being, spirit, whatever, walking guide, walking spirit that was in there. And I just wanted to be like, hey, because that was just me when I was little. Um, and I thought about this for a moment as I'm viewing this in my viewing window. And I'm asking the guide to show me other memories. And I'm giving other memories of the times where it's like, I can't do that. Somebody saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it had me zoom it out. So I was looking at it in a very zoom like way, in that sense of like, what is it that I'm really looking at? And there was a strong understanding that I was getting told no because of other people's limitations, meaning my family didn't have a lot of money. Um, they didn't even have a lot of emotional intelligence. They really didn't have a lot of love, and the love that they did have was very subtle and very surface like. I can't remember of time where there was like a lot of hard I love you conversations like the ones I have with my son today. And what it was is that it was the people that were around me that were expressing their fears onto me, and their fears of that's not possible, or we don't have the means for that. We don't have the resources for that. So when I was little, I had a lot of ideas and I had a lot of knowing that I could do anything. However, my environment and the people in it was telling me and showing me all the ways that I can't and couldn't. And so there's the puzzle piece, right? So there's the puzzle piece and some of the reasons why I'm not jumping into things when I know I want to. And I'm looking at it in a sense of empathy, and I'm looking at it in a sense of compassion, and I'm looking at it in a sense of remembering, coming back to that little girl who was very highly in tuned with energy, very highly in tune of clairvoyancy and clairaudience and cognizance. And and even though there were times where I was being told I could not or I can't, I didn't have the, like I said, I didn't have the watch me whip, whip. No. Um, I had more of that's okay because I know someday I will. I know, I know that I am limitless still. And that was when I was a kid. And as I grew and as I grew and as I grew, and I entered in other environments that were the same where I can't. You're like military for 24 years. It's like you're not even supposed to have your own thoughts, your own ideas in the military. You do as you're told, and that's what you do. And I realized that I chose these environments to be in, right? Even from a soul level before I entered into this human body. I had a contract and I agreed that these are the things that I was going to go through in this human experience in this lifetime. And so now I'm looking at it in a sense of like now that I know that that's my puzzle piece and I have an understanding of where it has taken me and where it's leading me that I can now reframe that word to let's just go, right? And whatever it is for you, in that sense of like I don't mind failing, I don't mind redoing, I don't mind. I've come to an understanding that every failure leads me to success, and everything that I hiccup on helps me breathe better in that sense. And I hope it does it for you, and I hope that this in some way shape or form brings you to an understanding of one to find that missing puzzle piece of the conditioning that is brought onto us and to the understanding that we chose this anyway. So why not take one step towards something greater than of the memories we have of not being able to do something or can't do something. It's getting out of our own way to be able to remember exactly who we are and what we're capable of. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it brought a thought to your mind and allows you the space to find a little something in your viewing window, something that you can remember about you. All righty. Okay, well, that's it. And again, transformation and spiritual development life coach. If you are looking for anything like that in your life, um, check me out. All right. And until then, keep loving, Keep giving and keep embracing life boldly.